Hello there, my name is Timothy Moriarty. I am your real voice narrator, with an avatar presenting. Welcome to the new way of reading books. Watch and listen. Great for the visually impaired. Or those who are not so keen on reading. Old-fashioned theater of the mind. Like a radio show with animation. Remembering that The Simpsons started out as a short clip on the Tracy Ullman Show. Who would have thought it would become so popular? Check out the following demo. Hello there, welcome to The Potion, by H.K. Mayfield, proudly presented by Visual Feast Publishing. My name is Timothy Moriarty, and I am your narrator. This is the tale of an incredible experience had by three young Australian university student friends on a sabbatical in the Northern Territory.
They have been made aware by a trusted source, the archaeology professor at the university, that there is an extremely rare and remote freshwater billabong located in the area that they wish to explore, and he has given them the coordinates. It is here that they plan to make their base camp. As they are ready to climb into their vehicle, a loud and fast approaching 4x4 four-wheel drive with a significant suspension lift screeches to halt. Some local louts are on board. One of them calls out, "Where are you going, you big girls' blouses? Camping is it, sweetie?" A jittery and animated Barry tells them to piss off, and that the only thing those bludgers would know about camping was what they got up to together, alone in private. A chorus of "ooh" goes up from the youths, and one of them says, "Well, maybe we'll just come and visit you unexpectedly." The youths roar laughing and take off at speed. Arthur tells Barry not to worry about it, as they are only a bunch of hoods. The guys enter the particulars into the TomTom GPS and set off. After leaving Darwin and heading in a southwesterly direction, driving through the rugged outback for about 8 hours in their Toyota four-wheel drive pulling a well-equipped off-road trailer, they arrive at the billabong. The billabong is a little bit of a letdown at first sight. It is not quite the oasis that they had each imagined while previously talking about their upcoming trip. It did, however, offer plenty of shade beneath the trees around it, and it also had fresh flowing water. They drive towards a semi-open area of the billabong with a large flat area ideal for parking close to the pool. As they draw closer to the spot, they unexpectedly spy another guy standing close to the pool. He looks like a traditional Aboriginal elder. He is dressed in only a pair of shorts, but wearing a headband. He is tall with grey hair and really dark-colored skin. He gives the boys a friendly wave as if to welcome them. They stop the vehicle and alight. Then make the way over towards him, calling out friendly greetings as they approach. The dark man starts the introductions by informing them that his name is Billy Bye-Bye, and he would prove to be one of the most fascinating men that you could wish to meet. Although Billy is of the Aboriginal heritage, he is really well spoken, without any significant indication of an Australian accent. For all intents and purposes he could, at a stretch, have been mistaken for an Englishman. This would all be explained later over dinner and an open fire. The guys introduce themselves and offer their reasons for being at the billabong. Billy does the same. He tells them that he has a passion and an interest in medicinal plants, and that he is conducting personal research of species of cacti in the area. They agree to have dinner together after the guys have set up and made their kitchen operational. Billy points out the area that he is occupying at the billabong and explains that he was planning on having a small personal, cultural ceremony that afternoon and evening before the boys arrive, but say that it's cool, it can wait until later. He tells them that he is going for a swim and a clean-off in the billabong, and that he will rejoin them shortly. Billy dives into the pool and casually swims off across the billabong. Arthur calls out, "There aren't any crocs in there, is there, Billy?" Billy keeps swimming at his leisurely pace and shouts back, "I hope not." Then he adds, "But there is plenty of fish in here, including barramundi." Barry, who appears to be the most hyperactive of the group, says that he is going to take a little stroll around the immediate area. He wanders off. On his stroll, he comes upon Billy's small but neat campsite. He notices Billy's clothes and personal effects lying neatly on the ground next to his swag. There is a pair of jeans, a shirt and boots, and a towel. Alongside him are a wallet, an expensive-looking watch, a bunch of keys, a book or diary, a gold pen, a tiny distinctly colored bottle, placed next to the watch, and an unopened bottle of imported red wine, and a little drinking mug with something else wrapped in a bandana. While Barry is looking around, he spots an attractive-looking motorcycle with a custom-built off-road trailer parked nearby under some shade. He surmises that it is Billy's. He calls out to the other boys to come and check it out as it is a custom masterpiece, a Honda Gold-Wing Tourer with custom accessories and panniers rising up like wings at the back. While he waits for the boys to come over to Billy's camp, Barry again notices the small colored bottle and his inquisitiveness gets the better of him and has him picking it up to examine it more closely. After a moment or two staring at the bottle, Barry unscrews the lid and lifts the bottle to his nose to take a whiff of the contents. He realizes that the liquid in the container has no odors. He waits a moment and then places the opened bottle against his forefinger. When he removes the bottle, there is a small amount of liquid on his finger. He then puts the finger to his mouth and licks it. A moment or two passes before Barry starts to curse loudly and begins to try and spit out the liquid, or at least its bitterly sour and pungent, most disgusting taste that he had ever experienced. He is so distraught that the other boys now rush over to him to see what had happened. This commotion catches the attention of Billy, who is idly duck diving at one end of the pool. He swims back over to where the boys are standing at his little camp. He exits the water, walks to his camp, and while reaching for a towel, asks, "What's going on?" As Billy towels down and waits for an explanation, Joe tries to explain that Barry is going on about a terribly woeful taste in his mouth. Billy instinctively looks down to his personal belongings and sees that the tiny bottle has its cap on, but it is lying on its side, not as he had left it, standing upright. He immediately asks if Barry has consumed any of the contents of the bottle. Barry sheepishly nods that he has and tries to indicate that he has only consumed the bare minimum by putting his finger and thumb together to express an answer. The two boys try to desperately explain that Barry is no thief, he is though, an ordinarily silly, inquisitive bastard. "Fuck me dead, like a bullet in the head," exclaims Billy. "Shit. Well, it looks like you boys won't be going anywhere for a few days at least," he tells them. Further explaining that what Barry had ingested was an extraordinarily refined and potent form of a hallucinogenic drug very similar in effects to lysergic acid, commonly referred to as LSD, but LSD is a man-made synthetic, whereas this stuff is entirely natural, says Billy. Furthermore, Barry's condition could be expected to last for up to a couple of days, varying in intensity. The two boys look on in dumb surprise while Barry is in shock. He professes that he has never had a trip before, but he is terrified because he has heard of people having a bad one. When does the bloody stuff start to take effect? Arthur asks Billy. Billy tells them that it will not be for 40 minutes to an hour before it kicks in and starts to have its effect. He suggests that they get ready for a constant watch on Barry, as there is no telling what he might want to do or where he may want to wander while he is under the influence of the drug. Barry is shitting himself imagining the effect of the trip. Billy tries to calm him by telling him not to worry and reminding Barry that there are 3 of them to help look after him and care for him. Billy also suggests that Barry try to think only pleasant thoughts. He suggests that they feed Barry quickly and then get him into a comfortable position to be monitored. Arthur quickly rustles up some tinned soup and toast for Barry to eat before the onset of Barry's experience. It is now